What's going on? You already know what time it is. This is your boy, the historian. You either get right or you get left. It's the Birdcage. But before we get this thing started, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button for us so we can continue to keep bringing you the hot news from the Dirty Birds. So without further ado, let's go ahead, sit back, relax, kick back, and just go ahead and chill. We're going to take this on autopilot. It's the Birdcage. We're in the building. Let's go.
Okay, y'all, this is it.
Well. Welcome back. You already know how we get down. You either get right or you get left. You are in the Birdcage. I'm the historian, Ryan Walker, out here getting ready to get this thing in. I'm just a humble brother out here trying to get it in. But, you can't do it by yourself and you can't do it alone. So the magnificent Birdcage crew is in the building tonight. So we definitely going to chop up some things. It's not going to be a negative show tonight. We got a lot of good vibes and a lot of positive energy. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring the magnificent Birdcage crew into the building. But before we bring these brothers into the building, go ahead. If you got something to drink, sip on it. You got a little something to light. And Chief, go ahead and hit up the L, hit the sticks. You know how you get down. Or just sit back and just enjoy purely. But without further ado, I got to add the man, the myth, the legend. We got Killian K. Dub Worthy into the building. What's up, K?
What's going on? What's going on? All my Birdcage listeners and subscribers out there. It's great to be in the building tonight. Once again, if you haven't hit that like, share, subscribe button, Birdcage is the official place to be on every Thursday night at 8 p.m. It's good to be in the building even after a loss that I was attending. I mean, it's good to see the fans. It's good to be around the fans in person. The guys played hard, but it came up short in the end. But we got to find a way somehow in some way to make do and get past these Panthers.
Yeah, we waiting on the great one to come into the building, but I had to get a little comfortable tonight, after a long hard weekend and up to this week, after that loss that we took, I had to find some comfort into the plush Falcons robe tonight. But I know I'm gonna eventually come up out of this thing because we got a lot of hot topics, and like I said, I ain't finna burn up. But matter of fact, the hell with it, I'm gonna come out of it now. I gotta rock the old school Neek jersey tonight, man. So you know what's up.
Okay, I like that, Dominique.
Got to, man. Got to, dog. We got to give it back to the OG, Mr. Dominique Wilkins, Georgia Bulldog legend and Atlanta Hawks legend. I saw you with the Hawks hoodie, and I said, you know what? I said, I know the Hawks doing their thing tonight, so I got to go ahead and be up in it, man. So we sitting here waiting on the gray one. But before that, man, I think it was a lot to build off on when you talk about this team with the way that they lost. Yeah, it was a collapse, but it was still a lot of positive that we saw in that game. And, we already know the negative side of things. We're not going to focus on the negative side of things. And we're going to bring some more positivity into the building with the gray one. What's up?
What it is, what it do.
What's going on, man?
So what we were talking about just now was how the Falcons can build on the momentum of seeing that they can move the football against anybody, period. The thing is, can we stop shooting ourselves in the foot? And I believe we can do so. With the three-headed monster that we have in the backfield, when Desmond Ridder remembers that he has feet and he uses them, it becomes another dangerous weapon. And when he's on target, he's on target. So I think in this situation, I really believe that the Falcons really can build off of this, and we can take this momentum into this next game. And for me, I think what's going to happen is we're going to have to establish the run, and we're really going to have to be not just tough on the offensive side of the ball. We're going to have to be still tough, and they're going to have to find a way to – the defense is going to have to gut through, because you already know a division game you can lose on any Sunday.
Yeah, any team this year can lose on any Sunday. I mean, even some of the strongest teams this year have lost. So, I mean, I think it's going to be a toss-up year this year as far as winning the Super Bowl. The team that you may think is going to win, it's going to really be the hottest team and the healthiest team going down the stretch to pull it off. In my
Agreed.
I mean, just look at the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos started off horrible.
Yeah.
That's right after Miami put up a 50p. With two extra flats.
They hung a 70. They hung a 70 piece on them, all drums, no flats.
and now
sprinkle with a little lemon pepper on that thing.
But after
what a little lemon pepper.
After all of that, they're tied for first place in their conference with a winning record. Anything can happen.
Anything.
Well, here's the thing. I believe the Falcons have a really legitimate shot of at least winning out right now, because you look at the type of games. If you can beat your division rivals, that's going to be huge. You got a Chicago team that's still trying to figure out their identity right now. And, they're winning games, but you can't give them any hope. I think the toughest game in this stretch is going to probably be with the Indianapolis Colts, because they have an offense that can actually put things together. Now, you don't want to lose that game, because you got to remember the Colts ended up taking out the Bucs earlier this year. So we're going to be fans of the Green Bay Packers on Sunday, because if the Packers beat the Bucs and we win, we pretty much have a head-to-head game over. The only team we're going to be worried about now is the Bagheads if the Packers handle business versus the Yucks.
Yeah, I mean, well, we're in a situation where we can't lose any more games. We need to win out. That's the motto. That's what I felt even last week. We only could probably drop one game, and we already dropped that game, the game I was at this past Sunday. So we need to get our tail in gear and get it together, man. I mean, I don't understand, because Arthur Smith, I understand that 1 week, things can change from week to week. So I feel if they miss the playoffs and it's the way they end the season, if it's not on a high note, that I think things can change, man. I don't really believe you bring back a guy that has really done nothing and his record stayed the same, and you invested that much into a defense.
Well, no, I get where you're coming from, Mike. You've been a fan for longer than 20 years, so have I and everybody else on this panel, and we also understand. But the difference between this team and those teams of the past is these boys don't know no better. They play with house money every week, literally. They play with house money. So when you get a team that does not know that they're supposed to win right now, that becomes very dangerous for all the other opposition, especially if they gain any confidence. So for me, I see the Falcons gaining a measure of confidence coming up with these next couple of games, because they're all winnable. All four of these games are winnable. We've already beaten the Panthers. We've already beaten the Saints. And you got Chicago, and then you have Indianapolis. We don't know what Colts team is going to show up. And the only thing that's going to probably be tough is playing in Chicago December 31st. And you're talking about cold weather. And speaking of ice cold, You got Coach Cam in the building right now, who's out there in the desert. He ain't got to deal with the ice cold. What's going on, Cam?
What up,
Cam,
family? And it's
Coach.
cold out here. What you talking about?
Man, we can't even see you, man. You look
We
like
don't want to hear
a
about it.
shadow.
We don't want to hear about that fake cold out there in Arizona, man.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, all right.
Can we get some light so we can see your face, brother?
Yeah, we need some. You need to turn your.
Light. I know. Look, we know we all Falcon fans, and some of us are sitting in the dark with our feelings with things, but you ain't got to do it literally, bro.
It look like you're out on a mission.
I'm telling you.
I'm standing outside.
Yeah, look, you better turn on the porch light.
Yeah.
It look like you're out on mission, man.
Well, while he's figuring out this porch light thing or whatever, man, let's go ahead and get some of these topics, man. So, welcome to the show, everybody. If this is your first time coming in, please hit that like and subscribe button for us on YouTube. For our Facebook family, thank y'all for taking time out of y'all schedule to join us tonight. I'm the historian. We got K-Dub, Graybeard, and Coach Cam. Well, he stepped out. He's trying to get his light fixed. So we're going to wait for Coach Cam to come back. But for everybody that's done stepped into the place to be tonight, thank you for showing up. So we're going to go ahead and talk about these birds and what's going on. First topic that we're going to talk about tonight, Arthur Smith's job has been secured. Now, I said this on Sunday. I touched on it, and then I also talked about it the week before. It was speculation that Arthur Smith was going to be on the hot seat after pretty much the division debacle last Sunday. And, you know, management and everybody came out and actually said from the jump that Arthur Smith's job is still intact for 2024. Now, I'm going to bring this up and I'm going to let you guys chop on it. Now, here's the thing that comes with that. He's been consistent with getting wins or being under 500 or at 500 for 3 years straight. That's pretty much what's been consistent with Arthur Smith. Right. And losing games that he's supposed to win and winning games that he might not supposed to win. No, that's not correct grammar, but you know, tonight's one of them nights. But all I'm saying is this. If you do get rid of Arthur Smith, you destroy the little bit of continuity that you have. I don't feel like it's that much continuity in the first place because if the right hand knew what the left hand was doing, we'd be more consistent on offense. That's just my opinion. Defensively, they're intact, but as a team as a whole, we have problems. We have serious problems. So all I'm saying is this, man. I really feel like you destroy the chemistry, which happens because they know his playbook. You bring in another guy, it's going to be a whole nother system, and it's going to take a whole nother year for all of that to get in play with guys learning. The one thing that's going to be consistent that's not going to change is that defense. Offensively, it would be a major facelift. But at this point, if you do fire Arthur Smith, it doesn't need to be now. Just go ahead, ride out the rest of the season, and just go ahead and cut your losses if you decide to. But from what management is saying, they're not going to do it. So you have another year to down that hill, pretty much with Desmond Ridder and your play calling. Now, here's the question I have for you guys. If Arthur Smith has any kind of pressure on him, do you believe that would actually get him into the situation where he'd actually start winning? If he has a little bit of pressure on him, opposed to knowing that he don't have no pressure on him and he's safe, do you feel like pressure would actually make him be a better play caller?
I just feel like pressure always should make a person, do different things and to better their offense or better their defense. But I just really feel like his feet need to be forced to the fire to give up the play calling duties. And I mean, even this offseason, especially if they miss the playoffs and they do bring him back, that he makes some changes to his assistants and his coaches around him. Not the defensive side of the ball, because they have really improved, but to the offensive side of the football. I mean, you really have to really take a look at, the guys that you have working for you and step back and be a head coach instead of trying to call the plays, because I feel like it's a little bit too much for him, and he gets tight and he starts to overthink it and start making bad calls and bad decisions especially during key situations or basically doing situational football when you have to be sharp and you have to be execute at a high level. That's where he shies away from. And he got, like I said, certain plays that we run are just need not to be running at those situations. So I think Arthur Smith needs to do a better job. And like I said, he's gonna have to be forced to, if he doesn't be fired, he needs to be forced to make changes to that offensive staff. I mean, that's just there's no ifs, ands, buts about that.
I feel like that's an understatement, bro. Like when you talk about how he needs to make changes with that offensive staff, I really believe you need to give up the play calling duties all the way around. That's just my opinion. Not just Dave Ragone, but you need to, we're talking about the coaches. My thing is, we know what Dave Ragone is built like. We already know that, like we always say, pressure bust pipes. And he was a head coach at one point. But I really feel as if Dave Ragone never really got a shot to be a real offensive coordinator because his hand has been held for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just be honest on that. I feel like his hand has been held for 3 years. So when you look at everything that's going on right now with this offense, we got some light.
All right,
Welcome
Coach.
back, big fella.
All right,
So
Coach.
I was just getting home.
Also-
making sure. What's going on? We got our guy Smitty from Smitty's Sports Machine or whatnot. Y'all check him out or whatnot. He comes through.
What up?
And
What it is, Smitty?
man.
Smitty, what it is, homie?
What's up, Smitty?
I think for me, man, I think y'all hit it on the head with the coaching duty for Arthur Smith, but that's gonna come down to one thing. Can he put his pride to the side? And his ego. That right there is like one of the $1 million questions, man. So like you said before, he hired people for a particular reason, just to stay there and hold a position. And he's not gonna allow them to actually do their job. He got a lot of yes men, and nobody ain't gonna really challenge him unless he's on the defensive side of the ball. Because I already know Nielsen and Gray ain't gonna have none of that. So for me, I think if we do not make the playoff and we end up losing, whatever the case may be, I know Arthur Smith probably won't fire him, but he's gonna be like, look, some changes have to be made.
Agreed.
His changes will be made in that meeting. It's gonna be him, Terry Fontenot, probably Rich is gonna be in there, and they all gonna have a nice little round table discussion, and they gonna say, look, we have given you everything that you asked for. Every draft, you got to draft your players. Your players. Now it's time for you to hold up your end of the bargain. This is your last chance. So you pretty much bump the hot seat. He gonna be on fire. So that's just what it is.
Man, can we just go ahead and just have a fish fry with this dude? Like, I'm just being honest, man.
We had
Can
a
just
fish
go
fry
ahead
week
and-
10.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man.
You might want to have a potluck then. I mean, we had a fish fry with there week 10.
I mean, we had a fish fry.
Nah, that fish fry been over with.
We had a crab boil. We had everything.
No, we had a crab boil, but I'm talking about when we finally put this dude in the grease. That's my question. You know what I'm saying?
He should have stayed in there.
So I got to shout out D-Rock. He's on Falcons Nest or whatnot. He's being involved. Hey, D-Rock, I sent you the link just now. Go ahead and click the it's a permission link so we can see you and recognize you on screen, so we don't just see you as a Facebook user.
So Cam, what
and
you
then we
think?
got you already know who we got in the cage right now. We got our guy Scoop. I gotta send Scoop the same link or whatnot so we can go ahead and identify our guy as well. But I don't know, man. This dude's job has been safe for too long. And I'll say this. And I agree with Smitty on this. Fontenot has to put his foot down and hire an OC. But here's the problem, though. Fontenot came into the situation after the fact. So we already know that his hand it's kind of like having a guy with a one leg amputee in a karate kicking contest. That's the best way to describe Terry Fontenot right now. He's literally in a karate contest with one leg, and he's trying to win it. He's got to keep balance, and he's got to attack. So it's really, really hard. And we
all
got
our listeners is subscribers. Just picture that in your mind.
That's the best way to describe it. Like, just think about it, man. You're handcuffed because you got to start getting involved. You got to start getting involved because you've been here for 3 years. The plan has not gone according to plan yet. Now, if they get into the postseason, that might be a little bit different.
That'll save him for 2 more years, at least.
It shouldn't save him at all.
It's the truth.
It'll save him for 2 more years.
Hey, Scoopside need help with that comparison. I'm just saying like this, man. That's literally like a one-leg amputee in a karate kicking contest. It's just what it is. But
I mean, honestly, like you said, with Rich McKay he still really calls most of the shots. So Terry Fontenot is really handcuffed to really what Rich McKay wants, because again, how do you hire a head coach before you hire a general manager? That's just butt backwards.
It was backwards.
So with Terry, like, he's done one hell of a job cleaning up the mess that Dimitrov he left. He did everything he needed to do. He's created cap space. He signed players to cheap to nothing contracts to build this roster. And when it comes down to getting the right personnel in the building, he doesn't really have the green light to do so. So until we get Rich McKay out the building, that's step number one. Rich McKay has got to go. He's been here too long, and he's done absolutely nothing to help this team get better. Number two, Arthur Blank really needs someone to kick him in the behind and tell him everyone is not a Falcon for life. This is a business. You're here to make money. And the only way you're going to make money is when you start winning. And Arthur Smith is not winning. We have this quote-unquote 3-year plan, and we've gone 7-9, 7-9, 7-10 in 3 consecutive years. That 3-year plan is hot garbage. So we need to start looking at what's next for this team, because again, we have way too much talent. We have way too many weapons that are being underutilized, and you have a top 10 defense that can pretty much match up with anybody, but the offense is so stagnant and inconsistent. They're on the field for way too long, and when they break down, they look bad. So what does Arthur, because honestly, it really comes on Arthur Blank standing up and saying, hey, this is what I want, and Terry, I'm giving you the green light to do what you need to do. But until Terry gets that, it's going to be the same song and dance for the next year or so, because they've already guaranteed Arthur Smith is keeping his job. And I don't know why they would do that, because he hasn't done or shown anything as to why he should keep his job.
That's what makes it seem like they got a backdoor deal with his dad. Well, just like you said, Coach, why in the heck would you guarantee a guy's job before the season is over? I mean, especially in the NFL, when this is a year by year, case by case basis, each year you have to prove yourself in this league. I don't understand. I don't understand this early in the season when you would declare, "Oh no, he's coming back." What has he done to come back?
That's what I'm saying. Again, like, we looked at the numbers and we all talked about it. 3 consecutive years, bro. 7-9, 7-9, 7-10. That is a losing record. You don't bring back mediocrity or subpar coaching with the talents that we have, like a Bijan and a Drake London, a Kyle Pitts, and you expect this man to continue to be better than what he's shown you. The one thing my grandma always told me is you believe what someone shows you. And he's shown you who he is for 3 consecutive years. This 3-year plan is done. It is cooked. It is baked. He got to go. So
I got a question for you. I just asked this to Smitty in the chat, and I want the viewers to chime in on this. I just asked Smitty this in the chat. Do you believe if we get a real offensive coordinator that this offense can be salvaged and pretty much save the talent that's here before everybody decides to start going elsewhere? That's my question, because it's a 2-part question. And then on top of that, we've had fans recently after Sunday's loss, they took to social media and literally rated Smith and Ritter on Sunday. And the thing is,
kind of
I
bad.
really believe that it's just a lot. You know what I'm saying? I really believe it's a lot. Fans are just sick of losing. But do you believe a real OC can turn this around, help this defense out, and gain faith back into this fan base?
Well, it can, but we need to add one more thing: a quarterback coach. Please, can we get that added peak along with the offensive coordinator? Because to me, I don't know how in the world you're going to hire an OP and not have a quarterback coach. You already have a young rookie in there, and you're just throwing him in the fire with no type of guidance or whatnot.
Mm-mm.
And you thought Mariota was going to be the quarterback coach? Are you serious? I mean, that would fail. That would fail number one. And then after that, you ain't even try to go replace and try to look for a quarterback coach. You just thought, okay, we just gonna keep riding with what we got. And now you got Ritter, who's inconsistent, who don't go through the progression correctly, who doesn't survey the field, and now you got fans ready to chop his head off with Arthur Smith, who's been on fire since last year, and and nobody put out that fire yet. And now you just got everybody just ready to just can't bump the team all together. So I don't will an OP help? Yes. But my question is this though. If Fontenot going to be able to find the person that he wants, not what Arthur Smith wants. That's a question.
So here's something I'm encountering you with. The sad part about it is the next OC that comes in isn't gonna have much time at all. Nope. That's the sad part. Because, okay, Smith's job is safe for 2024. Now, if that is his last year, because we don't know what's going on behind closed doors, if that is his last year, and they say, hey, man, you got to get it together or you got to go. You either get right or you get left, pretty much. And all I'm saying is, with this whole situation, it's not going to be fair to an OC because you're bringing in a new offense, or he's going to have to learn Arthur Smith's offense, and he's going to have to figure out how to call plays really quick and get comfortable with his personnel, because as an OC or even a defensive coordinator, you've got to at least have one full season under your belt to really know what your personnel is capable of, and you gain trust with these guys during the season. Now, you get some offensive coordinators who click right off the bat, but that's going to be a bad look for whoever comes in, because say Smith gets fired after 2024. You bring in another coach. Oh, I don't want this guy. I got my OC that I want to bring in. That man's out of a job. So it's literally like Russian roulette right now for anybody that comes in as an OC, because you're only going to have 1 year to prove yourself. Now, if you ball out and you literally have everything rolling, you might be able to salvage your job. But if you bring in a new head coach, this man is going to bring in a whole new cookbook with a whole bunch of different recipes. I'm just saying. Right now, we all tired of eating Arthur Smith's potato salad with raisins in it. We need a little something else. We need something else, because he didn't season the fried chicken. The chicken is bland as hell. It tastes like wood. Shout out to the Sugar Hill gang and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I had to steal that lyric from them talking about the chicken tastes like wood. So you got
bland chicken. Oh man.
I'm just saying, he got bland chicken, potato salad with raisins in it. He is a horrible chef. You might as well call him a minute cook. He probably cooking minute rice in the damn microwave right now. That's pretty much how he's got this offense looking. It looks appetizing for a minute. You go into a restaurant where, let's just be honest, man, you see a beautiful spread, and it's like, oh my God, this look good. Soon as you dig in, it's half cooked. You got the turkey looking like Gina's turkey off the Thanksgiving episode of Martin, half cooked and still bleeding. So at this point, we got to get somebody in here that's got to do a little something, man. But
if you look at how our defensive coordinators have gelled together this year off 1 year, right?
Yeah.
Coach Gray and Coach Nielsen, for whatever they're doing together, it's showing on the field because that unit has competed from first snap up until now. Now they had a couple weeks where they looked really bad, but at the same time, overall, this has been a top 7 to 10 defense.
Yeah.
Arthur Smith doesn't like I said on Sunday, he doesn't really know how to open up this playbook because it's not a playbook that he's used for his coaching career. It was something that he inherited. So you can't open up something that you don't truly know how to utilize. Now, like the one thing that you said that rang out is if we were to bring in an OC next year, let's say we have a terrible start like with Dan Quinn. Does the OC, he does not have any, he doesn't have time to make any kind of mistakes. He has to be perfect the whole season.
Right.
Just to even get an audition to come back for the following season.
Right.
So I don't feel like us getting an OC right now would be the go-to. Because in all honesty, hey man, I like pineapple on my pizza, bro.
Oh man.
Oh.
No, man.
Oh.
Come on, man.
You've been out in Arizona too long. That's what's going on.
Come on, bro.
Hey, I've been here like that since I was in Georgia. So stop it.
So hold on. Wait a minute.
Nah, no, you
Hold
wasn't.
on.
Stop,
Yes,
stop
sir.
playing. You wasn't doing that.
Hey,
Yes,
hold on.
sir.
How dare you, man? Disrespect people like that.
Wait a minute, Cam. So kind of, but I guarantee you, Arthur Smith got anchovies on the side, sprinkled somewhere. I promise you.
Oh, man,
y'all
no.
sure? Or
Either way, it's bad.
Oh,
Well,
yeah. Don't be around me no more. They don't want no piece around me. I don't even want a slice. I don't want to take nothing off the pizza. I don't want nothing.
So here's the thing. Now, we're talking about all of this, the inconsistencies, and we're talking about things that we can build on. Right now, we ain't finna make this a pitiful show today. We did that on Sunday.
Yes,
We
we
literally
did.
let everybody get it out of their system.
For 2
All I'm
hours.
saying is, all I'm saying is this, man. We spoke on this early, and Smitty just reiterated this. I said the Falcons need to win their next couple of games. You know, all I'm saying is the Falcons got to win their next couple of games, man, period. They got to win 3 out of 4. It's possible. But I would prefer them to win the next 4 games. And the reason I'd love for them to win the next 4 games is due to the fact is if you go undefeated in the next 4 weeks, pretty much you put yourself in a very good situation to have a high percentage of getting into the playoffs and taking the division.
Yeah. And I need my prediction to hold water.
Thank you.
10-7.
We need 10 wins. We definitely let one slide last week.
Man, we don't let 4 slide. Man, they can get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. We let
And then
4.
hold on, it gets better though. It gets better. You know what I'm saying?
we should be about 9-5 right now.
Hold up, he says he thinks
Pineapple.
well, pineapples ain't a safe word for the Falcons. We know that much because they've been giving up the drones.
Cam, you did this. You did this.
It's fine, bro. It's fine, man. It's fine.
But let's call this for what it is, man. So they got to win the next 3 to 4 games. And what's not changed about the Falcons is this: the defense is still leading the way. Yeah, they got tired at the end of that game, pretty much last Sunday, and they made a couple of key crucial mistakes. Period. You know, I think the biggest mistake of that game on that drive. Yeah, Richie Grant's gonna get called out for him, you know, screwing up the coverage. Even Terrence Mathis called him out this week on Bird Talk. He called it out. Now he didn't rag on him. He just said trust your technique. You knew you had help on the inside. If you see him getting to the outside, just keep running with it. Trust your technique. It's there.
Exactly.
Outside of you trusting your technique, Zoe Carter, my former Georgia Bulldog, I love him. Still love me some Zoe Carter. But here's the problem. Zoe decided to go after Baker Mayfield and not hit the guy that was killing us on that drive. The running back. My thing was, Zoe, if you know that they've run 7 straight plays on the ground, you've got to go after that running back. Trust your linebackers and trust your secondary to make plays. Don't try to be the hero all the time. In that situation, you could have just made a key stop. Ball game was over on that 4th and 1. Ball game was over because he was in the backfield. When he allowed that to happen, that is what cost us last week. So people got to stop playing hero ball and they've got to start thinking team concept and trusting what's been holding this team together, which has been that defense. Period.
Yeah. The defense that lead this team, man. I'm just saying. I mean, we go off the defense. We just need to lead it. The key thing is when the defense gets off the field, and they've been doing that. The offense has to make the right adjustments and get points. You have to. That's deflating for this defense. The defense is doing all they can, everything they trying to scratch and claw, and then you put them in bad, peculiar situations with turnovers. If you limit the turnovers and you actually go get points, even if it is a 3-point field goal, cool. We can't have no more missed field goals. That's what we don't need. That's talking about the thing we don't need.
For Kudo rarely do this. For the offense, they've been inconsistent all season.
No, I'm not saying that Cool's regular at missing field goals, but we do need him to be cool.
Right.
Yeah.
I need him to be great.
We also have to understand what happened on Sunday was, one, Cool was he's still dealing with a back injury. And then two, if you replay the 2 field goals that he missed, they overloaded the right side. And they sent everybody. They had more people rushing than we had people blocking. So you had almost 3-4 people coming free at Cool, and he's just trying to rush and get the ball off. So he wasn't going through his
Boy,
Yeah.
Scoop on it tonight, man.
On one tonight, boy.
He on it tonight, man.
I mean, it could be something to that, man. I don't know. Maybe a little older long shot.
Wait a minute. School say point shaving. I got to be honest with you. It's something about Vegas, man. They always got to get their money. See, it's always been corrupt when you talk about these gamblers. Now that it's legal to gamble, they definitely got to get their money now. So they getting ready to mess up a lot of stuff for us wholesome fans. Period.
Yeah.
Now, Coach Brandt talked about Deuce Staley coming. I believe Deuce Staley would be a very good offensive coordinator. No one's even talked about this man. And this dude understands running the football and being able to pass. And
he's not coaching right now?
Yeah, he's coaching right now. And think about this. He's an Andy Reid protege. He started off with Andy Reid. That's an Andy Reid protege. Goes to Pittsburgh. Works under Mike Tomlin. Also, he worked under Bill Cowher before he around that time. He played for Bill Cowher. So the man has a great football mind. You know, he wasn't just a good running back. He really had a good mind. So all I'm saying is we really need somebody to come in and just do some things. And again, we'll say this. I'm going to say this. And Scoop won't get mad, but I don't care. I'll put you on this. Jesse Bates is doing his thing. Bankhead Bates is doing his thing.
You already know what time it is.
Got let go. I'm sticking to that. Richie Grant ass should have been cut. Cut like. Let me keep it PG because we're on the show. Because I'm finna say something real bad. But
I know you were.
Yeah, I see. You know what? See, I can't get stupid because my mama watching right now. She already done shot me a text, let me know, hey, watch your mouth. So I gotta be calm, man. Mom Dukes is watching. Shout out to my mama, man. But
got him.
But all I'm gonna say is this though. Jalen Hawkins would have been perfect in this defense. Perfect. Doesn't miss many assignments. You know what I'm saying? One of the guys, all I can say is he played 12 snaps, but at the end of the day, he played 12 snaps. He's been sitting on the bench. They never really gave him a shot, bro. Yeah, Richie Grant don't get hurt because he's always making mistakes and missing the action. So miss me with that, dog.
His uniform stayed clean, way too clean.
I'm telling you, boy, that boy jersey stay clean, boy.
He said jersey stay clean while he playing.
Thank you. Jersey stay clean. But all I'm saying is this, man, I really believe that with our defense right now, that's our strong suit. The other part is the running game. And the problem is we've gone away from that. And the other issue is this. When are we going to start running tunnel screens? Not screens to the flat. Start running tunnel screens where you get your offensive lineman who can pull out in front of Bijan Robinson. We know what Bijan can do in space. We already know that he's got genius ankles. All I'm saying is this. You really have to look at the fact that with our passing game, Bijan is dangerous in space. And if you give him at least 1 or 2 blockers that's out in front of him, he really can make some dangerous things happen out of that passing game.
Right.
He really can. And if you can start running the tunnel screens where you bring him inside to cut up the seam, it's there. We've seen that for the past couple of weeks. It's there. Most of these guys cheat down to the flats because they know it's going right to the flat and there's no creativity with the tunnel screen that we have. Because we stopped running it after the Tennessee game.
Yep.
And that was a very effective play because if you remember in the Green Bay game, Bijan was eating off of that.
He was.
So I'll say this. Now, I got laughed at, and I'm taking pleasure in saying this. I talked about Marquise Bell a long time ago. And you see what Marquise Bell is doing in Dallas right now.
Yeah.
Had a big game against Philly last Sunday. Made one of the best receivers in the league fumble. Just saying. Everybody knows that Philly offense is high powered.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a guy that everybody was like, oh, you promoting him because he's coming out of HBCU. Yep, I surely did. Richie Grant started over him at UCF because of politics and money. That was all that was. And apparently we see who's having a better career right now. He went from being an undrafted free agent to being on the field as in between first and second string and getting snaps and making plays and having higher grades. So the scouting department has to be better.
They all need to be fired, and we need a whole new squad ASAP.
I agree.
I'm firing the whole team.
Hey,
I'm firing all of them.
I'm telling you now. Look, now he's saying whoa. Now Stephen's saying whoa. You're saying whoa. But here's the thing: the film don't lie, bro.
Here we go.
Marquise Bell been a problem since he's been on the field.
Here we go.
No, it's not just a year. Because go back to the playoff game where Dallas played the San Francisco 49ers. Bell made a crucial strip in that game and literally gave the Cowboys a chance to win that playoff game that they lost to the 49ers. Just saying. Bell is Johnny on the spot.
It seems like he's almost in position almost every play that he's in.
We can agree to disagree. We know you're gonna fight. We know you're gonna fight for Richie Grant. I'm gonna say this here. Grant can't hold his jock strap. Say what you want, dog. I'll give you this here. Within the next 2 seasons, come back and talk to me because I can tell you right now, Bell is a better player. And I stand on business when I say that.
Oh Lord, now you standing on business.
The difference is this, man. I'm not like T.I.'s son. I ain't gonna let nobody choke me out.
Oh man, you just want
Word on the street is he just needed a hug.
Hey,
but he did. He got a hug around his neck.
Quick question for you.
Hold up. Hey, you forget outside of playing football, I did wrestle too, so I'm not scared of that. I ain't getting choked out like King. No, sir. That King eat his grits, man. He's a little on the light side. But I ain't finna get too heavy on that. You know, somebody be done call their daddy. His daddy be done hit me up. Oh, you gonna sit there and talk about my son? I stand on business. Mm-hmm.
I stand on business.
What has hold on real quick, Ryan. What has taken so long for the switch in our special teams? Because if you look at this past Sunday, the starting field position was way better this past Sunday than it has been all season. Starting field position for us has been between the 15 and lower all season.
Right.
That's because they put putting D. Alford in positions to make plays.
But why has it taken so long?
I say this. I love D. Alford, but I'm sorry. He ain't carrying the rock like Avery Williams did. I'm sorry. Avery is a different beast. And I hated that he went down because as we said before the season started, when he got hurt in practice, and then switched off Mike Hughes. Yeah, you're right. They took Mike Hughes out of the fold. We've been saying he needed to go. But Avery Williams is still missed because Avery always made something happen.
So
Even
are
though he
you
was
are
a
you
backup corner, running back, he did it all. Avery Williams is a guy that can flip the field just like that.
I don't see
Easy.
us. Do you see us bringing him back next year with the injury history he had?
He only got hurt once. He's only been hurt once. So it's not a huge history, but my thing is I got a trusted product and knowing what this guy is. Now the question is he going to come back? And I know mentally he's got to get over the hump of blowing his knee, and he's got to get the speed of the game back in his system. That's going to take time, and I'm fine with that. But the question is, once you get a couple of games under your belt, do you feel as if you're going to be able to produce at that same level?
Great
That's the
question.
big question, because he's still under contract, so they can still bring him back.
I say move on and go get us another returner, a guy out of college. That's just my opinion.
Well, remember, he's got experience too. And again, are you going to take a guy that you got to groom, or are you going to take a guy that you know that can make plays at the drop of a dime?
Or we can be like the Cowboys and take someone from the XFL, because Robert Turpin, that boy is
Turpin, a
lightning
different
in a
monster.
bottle.
Turpin
He is
got will,
lightning in a
bro.
bottle.
Turpin got will, bro.
I just say explore your options. I mean, I feel like a returnment, you can find you another good returnment out there. I don't want a guy that's just coming off injury, then got to work himself back into shape and get back up to speed.
Here's the question I got for you. Do you want to keep a proven commodity, or do you want to keep a bum like Mike Hughes back there?
Ooh.
Oh no, I ain't saying that about I want Mike Hughes back there.
Well, you know Mike Hughes, Mike Hughes been acting light skinned back there returning them punts. I'm just gonna keep it, but I'm gonna keep it G with you.
But I said what
he been acting like a Shalimar backup dancer in the back.
I mean, we're gonna have money.
That's what he been on.
We're gonna have money to go in a lot of different directions, man. I mean, we can explore other options. So I just feel like we're gonna be able to bring somebody in, maybe a free agent that can come in and return punts. We just have to see what Terry Fontenot got cooking up in that kitchen this particular off season, and if Arthur Smith can put those ingredients together and make a great dish out of it.
Now, here's the thing. Now, a guy that I'll say this, man. If you want to go cheap on a return, man, again, HBCU level. Go look at a couple of the HBCU schools and see who's the fastest, who's got good hands, who's got good vision. Because here's the thing. Being a return man is something that you're born with. That's a skill. You're not taught. You're taught how to feel the ball, but running in traffic and being able to do that, you have to have a sixth sense doing that. The great ones do. You have to have a sixth sense. That's what made Deion Sanders great at it. That's what made Darrell Green great at it. Eric Metcalf, Terry Metcalf, his daddy, is something that Billy White Shoes Johnson, the legend, that's something you're born with. You have an ability to be able to weave in and out of traffic at a high rate of speed. That's something that you can't teach. And if you notice, D'Alford's good at it, but it's just he's got a good quick first up. But if you ever notice when Avery touches that ball, it's a whole different speed with Avery Williams.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
But moving on to another part. Now, we were talking about special teams. Let's talk about the Falcons are 3-point favorites over the Panthers so far. The point total might go up, might go down, but they're a 3-point favorite over the Panthers. That point total would have been higher if they would have won Sunday. But it goes down because you can't trust them. So going into this game with the Carolina Panthers, tail of the tape, the Panthers are a mess right now, all the way around. They're a mess.
They're horrible.
There's no way we lose to them. We should be. There's no way we should lose.
There you go.
No way we should lose to these jokers on Sunday.
If we lose to Carolina, fire on
you know what time it is. You know what time it is once we lose this game. So we just gotta see what it is. You start preparing for the draft and looking at. I'm just being honest.
Now, here's my thing. Here's my thing. Another guy I'm looking at, he just got fired from Dallas, and they led the league in offense when he was there. They just couldn't win when they needed him. I say bring in Kellen Moore as the offensive coordinator.
Wait a
Isn't Kellen
minute.
Moore coaching right now? With
Yeah,
another team?
He got fired from Dallas.
No, he with the Chargers.
No, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. He with the Chargers now. But at the same time, here's the thing. Yeah, he got picked up, but how long is it gonna be?
No, they about to fire.
Now Scoop is saying Scoop, you're saying no, but here's the thing: Kellen Moore be definitely an upgrade from Dave Ragone. Trust me. Dallas was averaging 35, 40 points a game, and they were getting to the playoffs. They just couldn't get it done. Their defense failed on them in the playoffs.
The thing that scares me with Kellen Moore is that if you look at Dak's numbers, he threw way more interceptions with Kellen Moore being his quarterback coach in OC than he has this season. That's the one, and Desmond Ridder already has issues with turning the ball over. So, do you want to bring in a known commodity who helps his quarterback and throwing interceptions? That's the one thing that scares me off of Kellen Moore. Like he's a good football mind, and he did have Dallas that
hire team. Why don't you? Here's my thing. Why don't you bring a regular quarterback coach in, as Glenn said earlier? My thing is bring him in as a passing game analyst, because and this is what I'm saying. If you're not going, I'm gonna say this here: bring him in as a passing game analyst. If you don't want to go the direction of OC, bring him in to help innovate. Dang. Well, let me see. Well, he just got to San Diego. Yeah, he lost his responsibilities with the Chargers or whatnot. But their head coach, but here's the thing: their head coach is trash anyway with the Chargers.
Oh yeah, he hot garbage.
You sitting there saying that I get it, he lost it, but here's the thing: the coach is bad all the way around.
He should have been fired last season after that.
Exactly.
Oh man.
Only reason they're not firing him is because they don't have the money. They don't have that much money to try to pay him off. But all I'm saying is this: you need to bring somebody in that's going to open up your passing game. Period. They don't have to be the offensive coordinator. Bring a passing game analyst in here to at least help you come up with better concepts for your route runners and your pass catchers.
There's someone in our back pocket right now that would be willing to come back and help Desmond.
Terrence
Matthews, but you also have Matt Ryan, who has said it on multiple occasions. He will come in and tutor Desmond Ridder. And if we look at the totality of Matt Ryan's career, he doesn't turn over the ball, and he knows how to throw in the windows. He's very good at it, and he runs a 2-minute offense very well. So if we can get someone who can truly mentor either Dez, or if we go into the draft and get a quarterback, we have a bona fide quarterback coach who is also a part of this franchise, who's probably been the greatest quarterback in this franchise to assist with moving us forward. But I mean, we need somebody to really sit down with these quarterbacks, because my God, like it is the turnovers combined. It's terrible, dude. Like it is just bad, and it makes the head coach look even worse.
Agreed. Now the question is this. Now we're talking about Sunday. My thing is this: get a guaranteed win on Sunday. This is what you need to do.
A dominating win.
A dominating win. Desmond Ridder should not throw more than 20 times on Sunday. Period.
Fact.
15.
I'm with you on that. 15 to 20. It should
No
only
more
be
than
15 to 20 attempts. That's it.
20
Yeah.
is the max.
I was saying 20 to
is the
25, but yeah, let's kick it back a little bit.
20
Let's
is
kick
the
it back
max.
15, 20. Because boy, I
20
tell you,
is the max.
the more you throw, the more I get scared. So I just need you.
This right here.
We need a heavy dose of Tyler Algier and Cordell Patterson.
I'm telling you.
There's no reason why Tyler only had I believe it was 8 carries last week. 8 carries.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Matt is working in the booth right now. He's been retired. He works in the booth. He's not playing anymore.
Yeah.
Matt's in the booth as a commentator right now.
Like he gonna come. They come out and bring him back.
Yeah, in his mind, he think he ain't retired, but you retired, Matt Ryan.
He in the booth. When you calling games in the booth right now, you're retired, bro. You are not getting a paycheck from an NFL franchise at this point.
You're getting a paycheck by CBS.
He said in his mind he gonna pull a Flacco what Flacco doing right now. Get called back up.
No, he ain't. No, he
I
ain't.
mean,
I don't.
in
I
his
say this,
mind,
man.
in
He
his
ain't doing that.
mind,
He
in
better
his
become
mind,
he
that's what
better
he
become
gonna
a
do.
better version of Tony Romo in that booth.
Yeah, that's where the money at, man. Tony Romo
Hey,
making
Tony
more now.
Romo
He do
making
it
a
playing.
killing.
So here's the thing. Now, Aisha, you're saying that he's not retired, but here's the thing. Go pull it up or whatnot, because 2022 was his last season active. He's not playing right now. CBS was not going to hire a guy that was still active in the league. That wasn't going to happen. So he's retired, bro. You can look that up. I'm willing to put some money on that.
He might have gotten away with that.
Okay,
with
now
ESPN.
it's a difference. Hold up. Now you said he can get called up. Okay. Yes, he can get called up, but at the end of the day, he is unemployed and he is retired from being a quarterback right now, bro.
It's a difference between ESPN, because I remember when Matt Hasselbeck got called up.
Exactly.
He played 2 series, and that was it.
Exactly.
So, I was
Back
like,
on ESPN the next day.
Hold on.
Well, he
So
gonna
wait a minute.
keep
So if
throwing
he's
back.
not
He gonna
retired,
keep.
wait a minute. If he's not retired, why is he not on anybody's roster? Because the Colts don't have him on that, because it says 2022 was the last year that they had him. They don't even have him on that roster.
They
No,
got
I don't think.
Minshew.
I don't
Whose
think they're
roster is he
saying.
on?
I don't think they're saying that he's on someone's roster. I think they're saying that mentally, like I was saying, that he's. I'm not retired, but you're retired, man. Right? You're retired. Okay.
He's not. No, he's saying exactly. He's saying it exactly, because you see, he said it wrong.
Okay.
That man
Correct me.
retired. That man retired, man.
Just
That
because
man-
he has his
yeah.
fall retirement papers don't mean the man ain't
That,
retired.
that, was,
Yeah,
but that
that's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying.
Because
But that
no
was,
one wanted him.
He's saying officially. Okay, I get what you're
that,
saying. You're saying
but
about the
yeah,
paperwork side of things.
yeah, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. But
Okay.
still, like the same thing I was trying to articulate.
Okay, let's put it like this. Cam Newton ain't filed papers. That man is retired.
And that
Yeah.
man wanted to play.
Ain't no one giving
Yeah,
him a job. That
this
man
man,
is
this,
retired.
this man
wants
over
to
here
play.
get clowned by Charles White. Come on, man.
He is retired.
That
Matt
man
Ryan is
doing.
retired.
That man been
If you
claiming
watch any of those coaches' games when he was the quarterback, that man can't throw more than 10 yards. He's cooked. He's done. Ain't no one bringing him in except to be a quarterback coach or an actual coach, or he going to be on CBS for the next 20 years. That man is retired. He is done. He ain't coming back. Let it
Yeah,
go.
Shout out to
yeah.
my dog. Shout out to my dog, Aisha Murphy. He good people, man. Dog fan. I holler at him all the time on Dog Nation. That's my guy right there. We bump heads here and there sometimes with opinion, and I'm cool with it. But what's going on, Facebook user? I don't even know who. I would love to know who that is, man. Who just popped up?
Hey, but that -3 making us the
that's my guy,
-3,
Foot.
that scares me. That scares me.
Yeah, that scares me a lot.
That
Yeah.
scares me. Because the more they give confidence in Atlanta, the bigger they screw up.
I don't know why. That's the bad part.
So I got something for you. Here's the thing. We've got to be able to run the ball efficiently, what we do best. You got a 3-headed monster, and you've just got to dominate, because at this point, just get a win. You need to win and advance. Every week is a playoff game from here on out. Period.
Need to play 4 quarters of football, man. They need to literally to be dominant from the line of scrimmage, man.
But
and run
but
like you
the
can
problem.
run the football.
But now here's the thing.
And limit
Now
turnovers.
we've had some guys to come back off of the practice squad this week. I'm sorry, the injury report this week. Akuda came back. He's practicing. Matthews didn't practice today. Arthur Smith had a press conference about it. And also I think it was
Did Dahlman come back?
And McGarry didn't practice that today either.
Good.
The
Good.
turnstile?
Someone needs to kidnap him and keep him away from the stadium.
Oh man, not kidnap.
And here's the thing. Go ahead and leave Storm Norton in there, because Storm is eating. Every time he's on the field, he's eating, whether it's pass protection or whether it's run blocking. Storm,
Check it out, Foot. I've been saying it for the last 3 weeks. It needs to be a heavy dose of Tyler Algier. Plain and simple. That man needs to touch the ball 20 to 25 times.
He needs to start.
That's the problem. The reason why he doesn't touch the ball 20,
go ahead.
The reason he doesn't touch the ball 20 to 22 times is because guess what? He wants his new shiny toy, Bijan, to be the feature. That's pretty much what it is. Terrence Mathis even said, listen, Bijan's a great player, but at the end of the day, the guy that pretty much has been the bell cow is number 25, Tyler Algier. That's the guy that you put it all on his back, because you're going to get tired tackling a Tyler Algier. You're going to get tired tackling a Cordell Patterson. And when you get tired, that's when you put those fresh legs in there with Bijan and let him run wild after the second half. You mix him in the first half, but you gotta use that kid, man.
Body shots, man. Body shots in the first quarter, body shots in the second quarter, and then you start to see him in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter, it's game over.
Here's the
because
thing.
we all saw what happened last week in the third and fourth quarter when Tyler Algier actually started running the ball. They started getting tired, and we was moving 6, 7, 8 yards a pop, and then they took him back out and gave the ball to Bijan. They loaded the box again, and he's not a between the tackles runner. I've been saying it, like, we have to let Tyler do his job. It's almost like watching Friday Night Lights. If you want to win, put Booby in. Let Tyler in, man. Let him in.
Yeah. The key thing is that the organization, or especially Arthur Smith, he do not want to, even though he knows he's got something great in Tyler Algier, he doesn't want to have Tyler Algier take up the shine and the notoriety of his pick in Bijan. That's why he tried so hard to not give him as many carries and justify that pick. I just wish he would just go with the hot hand.
Can we just call it for what it is? Just say he don't want to be wrong.
No, what I'm saying, I just wish he would go. I just wish he would go. No, I understand Tyler was his pick, but what I'm saying is he's at a higher pick, in higher regard as a top 10 pick. Tyler's his diamond in the rough. I'm just saying from my perspective what is going on. That's why it's easier for him to call a game when he suspended Bijan, or Bijan missed a game from illness or being hurt or whatever. That's why I think those games we both won, because he has no choice but to give Tyler Algier the ball.
So I got a question for you. Since you say that, 4th and 1, game on the line, 1 to 2 yard on the 1 to 2 yard line. They need 6 to win the ball game. You taking 25, or you taking number 7 to put it in?
25 all day.
Yeah, on some short yardage situation, yes. If I need a breakaway run, I would go Bijan.
Arthur, here's the thing. Arthur Smith is pretty much going to go with 7. I'm going with 25. We already know what CP can do. CP pretty much, I'm setting it up. CP gets us down there. He's coming to the side for a breath. We already know that Arthur wants his guy to be the hero. But if you're trying to win the ball game, you don't care about being right or wrong about picks. You need to win the ball game. That's pretty much what you need to do.
And to answer your question, Asha, when the hot hand is going, Arthur Smith usually extinguishes it by putting in Bijan. So we had a game where Cordero was eating, took him out, then put him back in.
I got a good example.
Put him out, put Bijan back in. Bijan is always going to be. He's going to be force fed to us. It was almost like watching. It was almost like us watching what we did with Tyler Pitts his first season. We force fed that man the ball every chance we got, and he got his yards, but he didn't get the touchdowns. It's the same thing we're doing with Bijan right now. We force feed him. The man got 1,000 all-purpose yards. But is he the best running back for the team? Absolutely not. That's Tyler and CP. Those are the engines. That's the engine to this team.
But Cam, remember this: Washington ball game last year in the red zone, getting ready to score to put the game away. Tyler Algier was eating on that drive, falling forward, knocking them out. Now, all I'm saying is this: Algier is a guy that was eating. You took the ball out of his hand and you tried to throw it. When you did that, you pretty much killed the rhythm of whatever we had. That right there was something that we said, we're like, we don't know if that's going to be real or if this is exactly what he's doing. He's done that multiple times, and that's been a problem. That has been a problem. That is something that we cannot afford to do on Sunday, because if we do that, you're pretty much playing with your playoff chances of getting in. Period. You got a chance to win the division still. It's a 3-way tie. You got to win out. You got to have all these games at the end. I'm glad that Green Bay is clicking at this point of the season, because Tampa we got them early. Tampa's got to get them while they're clicking on all cylinders, and Jordan Love is eating right now. All I'm saying is I think we have a shot Sunday to go ahead, put these guys away. One of the worst teams in there, pretty much the worst team in the NFL at this point, and we put them away. Outside of putting them away, you set yourself up to go up in the division, because I believe Green Bay going to take care of business with Tampa, because they can't mess around, because they got Detroit in their division right now trying to take everything over. It's a fight between those two. So I believe Green Bay is going to take care of business, and Jordan Love is going to have a field day on that darn Buccaneers defense.
And don't leave out Minnesota, because they right there too.
Yeah. And the thing is, man, I just feel like things are going to be – I say this. I really believe that New Orleans and Tampa is going to lose on Sunday. That's just me. I really believe they're going to lose on Sunday. And now Derek Brown's already out. So here's the thing. You win Sunday, you beat them. You got to play the Colts next. You take care of them. Then you get Chicago December 31st. Handle that, and then you go – take care of them old stinking Saints.
Dirty bagheads.
Aints. Let's get it right.
And here's the thing. It's going to be on the road in their house. They can be beaten in their house. Jacksonville came in and stole one from them.
Yeah, we can beat them down. We know we can beat them down now. We just got to go in there with the right mindset and stick to what our identity is, which he kind of try to lean away from. It's run that football. We're 60-40 offense, and that's what we need to stick to, and limit the turnovers. I don't want no turnovers. I was gonna say one. I don't want one, because it seems like when he starts doing that, it's a recipe for a disaster for the Falcons. I'm just wishing for no turnovers out there.
And I think for me, once the defense give you a turnover, capitalize on the turnover.
Yeah, capitalize. Yeah, on the situation.
Yeah, don't be no quick 3 and out. I think, man, we need to control the clock, man.
Even if they don't score, they have to have an extended drive, because you don't want the defense right back out there after they did their job. You cannot have them back on the field within a minute to 2 minutes. They need bare minimum 5 to 7 minutes to sit and breathe and compose themselves to get ready to come back out there. But again, like, it all starts with the running game, and we have to start running the ball, because if we run the ball, Desmond is going to be in a way more comfortable position than him trying to examine what's on the field, trying to find windows to throw, because we all know the biggest issue with our receivers, they do not create separation.
None. So
if we run the ball, that's when our receivers shine the brightest. And I mean, it's almost like being a dead horse. They have to run the ball, and Arthur Smith has to get out of his own way.
Well, now I'm going to get to something that's Cooper saying, establishing identity. We're going to go ahead and touch on this, and this is our last topic for tonight. The Falcons can save $9 million with Pitt's fifth-year option. They can save $9 million. His fifth-year option as a tight end would be projected as $10.561 million, pretty much. And it would be projected if he was a wide receiver at $19.398 million. Those salaries are elevated because Pitts' his Pro Bowl appearance he had. Now, and it would be fully guaranteed, with the latest bargaining agreement. Bud Dupree commented and said the guy was a receiver. But, it's possible that Pitts won't even pursue receiver money because he wants to learn more about it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And so the Falcons want to have him for years to come. So the Falcons' decision could truly come down to Pitt's potential versus his production. So after a rookie year of 68 catches, 1,026 yards, and 1 touchdown, he had an injury-plagued season last year when he he messed up his knee. Had 28 catches for 356 yards and 2 touchdowns. This season, he only has 44 receptions with 549 yards and 2 touchdowns. I'll say, in my mind, I still think that he's a better football player right now than he was his rookie year because of the impact that he's having, and he's being able to make plays at this point of the, pretty much this point of the season. And, with the experience he's getting, he's starting to come into his own, but it has to be consistent. It has to be consistent all the way around.
I agree.
And at some point, he's gonna get, at some point, Arthur Smith and Arthur Blank, they're gonna get bitten behind or whatever with this whole situation trying to play him as a tight end, and he's gonna want wide receiver money because anywhere else he would go, they're gonna pretty much put him as a wide receiver. So the positionless attitude may end up coming back to be interesting for Kyle Pitts. What do you guys think?
This is nothing but a Jimmy Graham situation all over again. From
took the word right out of my mouth.
But honestly, the one thing that I said that I wanted out of Kyle Pitts this year, my predictions for him was 600 yards, 6 touchdowns. He's on his way there, and everyone knows that I hated the Kyle Pitts pick. I'm not a fan of Kyle Pitts. I didn't like him at all. But here's the thing. This year, Kyle Pitts has shown up so much in this offense. He's grown as a leader, and he's becoming a lot better with blocking. So, and I know my stomach is turning right now because I'm speaking highly of him. But in all reality, like, Kyle Pitts is becoming that guy that we all thought he was going to be from day one. And I believe that with the help of having a Jonnu Smith on the side of him, it's forcing him to be better because he's looking at someone who can easily take his position because he's already played with Arthur Smith. He's already played in his offense, and he's already done the things that Kyle is trying to get to. So with the added experience with a quarterback that can actually get him the ball, and I don't even think Kyle Pitts is fully healthy from his knee injury from last season.
You can tell.
So with him finally truly getting healthier and him continuing to build on what he's done this season, I feel like we have to continue to showcase him where we can, because when he gets one-on-one coverage, no one can guard this man, and it's really sad that we're not utilizing his height and his skill a lot more. But again, that all goes back to the head coach and our offensive coordinator and whoever is drawing up the plays, because he's a legitimate talent, and I'm saying it now, and all the stuff that I said about him, I'm taking it all back. I'll eat the humble pie. I'll eat crow, because Kyle Pitts is that guy. And if he continues to get healthy and he starts to show up and he continues to build that rapport with Desmond Ridder, it's going to be a real problem when we get someone who actually know how to call plays and gets that man involved a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, to piggyback off what you were saying, I just felt we took him. He's at a very young age when we took him in the draft, and he just had time to develop and mature, and he just became a father. So he's a new father, and it's kind of like in the Desmond Ridder situation where you have to really grow up and man up. And the young status has, you got to take that label off, and be a leader for the tight end room with the Falcons.
No, I think Jonnu Smith helped him out tremendously, man. I think he now he understands, man. Hey, man, play every down like your lag, and to piggyback what you already cared about Desmond Ridder. Now he got a car key in the back.
Yeah.
Your mentality changing a whole lot when you got that car key in your back seat now. So I think now that just only elevated his play a little bit, and now we're starting to see why they drafted Kyle Pitts so high, because of that potential. But like you said, Cam, it'll be better once we get a OC in here who actually utilize him correctly and give him more opportunity to give him the football if he really can do an open space.
So here's a question I got for you. Now, we talked about Mac Hollins. We didn't talk about Mac Hollins. He's still coming back from being injured. My thing is this. Why not move him out the receiver and bring Brock Bowers in? Have two legitimate weapons.
No.
I'm just saying. Arthur Smith would do something like that to bring in another. I'm just saying. I'm going off of what we've seen so far with Arthur Smith as a guy that's been picking his groceries with first round picks, because we damn sure don't look at defense in the first round. So we might as well, if we're gonna go down that route, you want the best possible player in the draft. You can go with
guard.
You can go with him. You can go with Brock Bowers. You could also go with the kid that's out of Washington. That's a wide receiver. He hadn't missed the game. Kid with blonde hair. I can't think of his name right offhand. He actually broke his ribs.
Oduzier.
Yeah, that's his name. Oduzier actually broke his ribs in that first Oregon game, and he punctured his lung. Took a shot, and literally has not missed the game this year. He's been playing with broken ribs all through the postseason.
Yeah, he won.
Here's my thing. If you bring in a guy like that, he already won me over. Because if you're willing to sit there and play with broken ribs, and if anybody has ever had bruised ribs, anything broken, all I can say is that's hurt.
It hurts to breathe.
You can't breathe.
We talk about Cedric Von Prime Granger, or you go get you an Oregon, or you go get you a lineman out of Iowa, or you go to Wisconsin. That's where you get your centers at.
The center from UW. He's coming out.
And the center from University of Washington.
It's a lot of guys I like up that UW team. So a lot of Falcon fans out there, just keep your eyes peeled on that University of Washington team.
But remember this. At one point, back in the early 90s, we did take a UW player that won a national championship back in the day. A guy by the name of Lincoln Kennedy. Only played a couple of years for us, and then he went to the Raiders and literally became one of the best players in their organization on the offensive line. They put it this way, he's not a Hall of Famer, but he's up there with some of the best offensive linemen that played in that Raiders organization. But he started with us first. And unfortunately, we let him go.
Like we always do.
And he definitely was a monster. But my thing is, you need to go ahead and start finding Jake Matthews' replacement right now while he's still here.
University of Tech got some players, man.
Offensive line and defensive line need to be the focus of this draft.
Priority.
You have to. You can get a wide receiver at any point of the draft. Period. They always there. You can get a defensive back all up and through the draft. They're always there. Linebackers are always available. Period. But offensive linemen and defensive linemen, you need to build in this draft. You need to do what Dallas did that one draft, where they went straight offensive line and straight defensive line. And they got their skill players as undrafted free agents.
And besides Zeke Elliott.
And all I can say is it's sad, but we've got to get better scouting in the scouting department. I'm going to harp on it.
We should have did that decade ago.
I'm saying that because here's the thing. If you can't get guys, since you don't like the draft out of certain schools that I'm wearing across my chest, or even some other schools, okay, here's my thing. You want to go out to the West Coast and draft guys? Start looking at places like Hawaii. They got offensive linemen that can go. Start looking at places like Utah, where Tyler Algier ate behind those offensive linemen. They seriously. You start looking at these other conferences, because I can tell you right now, the Utah Utes that's out there in Utah, they have 3 defensive linemen that's NFL ready right off the bat, right now.
Yeah.
You need an edge rusher.
Don't forget about
you got 2 of them.
You want to go out there.
Caden Ellis' dad is the defensive line coach out at Utah currently.
Yeah, I'm just
So
saying, this is the year. If we're gonna go to the Pac-12, this is the year to go get out the Pac-12 with some talent out there, some defensive players. I like edge rusher out of UCLA, some guys out there, man.
now,
That's
Ace, now I'll say this as a center, no, he's not good. But here's the thing: if you want McGarry's replacement, your center is playing out of position. He's a guard.
Yeah,
he is not a center. He's better at guard. When he hurt his knee last year, that messed everything up. But Hennessy is a true guard. They've been playing him out of position or whatnot, which I still don't get. My thing is, hey, you got McGarry's replacement right there with Hennessy. You got his replacement. You just need to get Jake Matthews' replacement.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to get a bona fide center. Once we get that, we'll be fine with the line because you got Storm Norton. Storm Norton. If you guys watch the game on Sunday, that man didn't give up no pressures, none. None.
He's our Harvey Dahl. If anybody, if we got bandwagon Falcon fans, so we know some new Falcon fans that came around when we started winning, and I'm talking about when we were going to the Super Bowl and stuff. If you don't know who Harvey Dahl is, pull up his footage. Harvey Dahl was one of the nastiest offensive linemen in the NFL.
Yep.
Defensive linemen, talking about all pros, were afraid of him. Period.
Mm-hmm.
They were afraid of him. But no, I got you. No, I got you. Yeah, he does get pushed because he's a little light in the behind. That's why we were saying that he's a guard, because with the trap plays, the counter plays, and everything, he's always moving. It's a lot harder to hit a 300-pounder when they're moving their feet. But if he's standing still, you're just gonna blow right through him. But other than that, I believe that we win this game. I'm gonna give you my score prediction. I say we win 28. I say we win 28-10. I give him one touchdown because I believe Richie Grant gonna give up one. Yeah, I said it.
I'm gonna go a low score. I'm gonna say 17-13 Falcons, man.
Oh,
dang, you went low. Woo.
Yeah, man, I think it's gonna be
but it's on par with what
it's gonna be. It's gonna. That's when I was at the game. I'm like, man, this is a snooze fest. So we might just win another snooze fest.
I'm gonna say 27-9.
Whatever you smoking, put it down. Don't pick it up again.
You right, hey, Foot, you're right about that because you still had Tyson Clabo. You still had dang, his name was right on the tip of my tongue. The kid out of USC, Sam Baker, was on that line.
Oh,
yeah,
Sam Baker was a
we had a
dog.
nasty line.
Sam Baker was a dog though. Oh.
Anthony, I'm gonna tell you right now. Now you say Grant's gonna get a pick on Sunday.
Man, go ahead with that. Go ahead with that, man.
He gonna get picked on, but
yeah, he gonna get picked on.
Man,
if I say this here, you got a better chance of Magic Johnson dropping a triple-double right now in the NBA, fat and overweight with them bad knees of his, right now, on any weak defense in the NBA right now, before you get Grant to get a pick, unless Bryce Young throws it right to him. I'm just saying.
Okay, then Trent Dilfer about to go in the Hall of Fame next year.
That's even worse. At least I gave him some. Magic still play pickup games to stay in shape. I had to give him at least that, but dang, you went Dilfer. That's cold.
Not happening, pimp. Sorry.
Well, you know, Dilfer out there doing his thing though. But man, we want to thank you guys for coming through tonight, man. We definitely appreciate it. We love you guys. Check us out Sunday for the post-game show, the party line, which we expect to have, not hope to have, we expect to have.
It better happen.
Well, I'm speaking that into existence. You got the party line on Sunday. We don't want the benediction again.
No, we
get the benediction. Pretty much our playoff dreams is dead. I'm letting you know that now.
I'm going in.
Then it'll be a 3-hour show.
Boy, people are going to go in.
And then here's the thing. Then we also have the halftime analysis, which I do on Sundays or whatnot. Y'all check that out at halftime. I'll have it live in Falcons Nest, Dirtybirdz Lair, and also on YouTube. So if you're not on Facebook, man, you already know how we get down. You either get right or you get left. And we got some interviews that we're working on right now. Hadn't pulled the plug on some things. We just still got some things working. Maybe we might have a former Falcon player coming through. We might have some former coaches and former other athletes coming through too. So y'all don't want to miss that. So we love y'all. We appreciate you guys for coming through. My guys on the set, appreciate y'all for coming through. Our guy Scoop was in the cut as usual, talking trash as he always does. My boy, Big Scoop, aka the Black Wall Street Journal.
Richie.
Hey, stop with that.
Here you go talk. Listen, you ain't finna keep sitting here talking about Richie like that, man.
I had to.
Don't do that, man.
Here you go with the buffale. For all my Haitians out there, you know what that means. So,
oh man, you ain't had to disrespect me like that.
T got song like up on like a show. You already know what it is, baby. Little Creole for y'all tonight. I can speak a little bit of it. I ain't finna talk too heavy on that, but check us out on Sunday. We love you guys. We definitely appreciate y'all checking us out. And please like and subscribe. Tell a friend to come up in here if they Dirty Bird fans, dog. So at the end of the day, we can continue to keep bringing you this lovely panel. And we definitely had a line open for you guys on Sunday to jump in and also express your concerns and cares. So without further ado, y'all have a good night. And the magnificent BirdCage crew, I'm going to see y'all boys on Sunday.
Party time, fellas.
Peace.
Hey, we tell our sideways, get rich to this.
Get rich to this.
Hey, say. Y'all be easy, man. Peace.
Later.